The following is an Ellwood City Sports production.
Two to the right. Quick pass out there to Dom Ho. He gets up to the 50-yard line. He's got blockers down. He goes, makes a man miss. He's got the first down. Does a little wiggle all the way. He's still on his feet. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Handoff to Partridge. Tucks it in the left hand. He's up the left side, and he's going to go all the way. At the 10, the 5, touchdown! 4th and 15. It's all down to this. Back to pass. Giving chase. Throws it out there, and he's hit. He's short of the line again. He's short of the line again.
With the free kick. Nice header by Keystone Oaks. But taken there by Huth.
Shot on net.
And it's a goal!
Puts it up, and down it goes. That's the game! Playoff win for the Wolverines. Inbound to Caleb serving. Yes! It's gone! Shoots it. It's over! The boy is over! The Wolverines win!
Side field, chasing his left fielder. It's going to go all the way out of the ballpark. A home run. Contact there, deep, sending back the center fielder up to the fence line. A base hit there for Luke Raleigh. She will turn and go to third on the triple.
Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you from Glen Pop, right? Bongivenjo Field and Floyd Montgomery Track here in Shenango High School, Shenango Township, Lawrence County, Pennsylvania. What a beautiful night for football. Fall is in the air. We're still in August, believe it or not. Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst, Dakota Marshall on camera here tonight for us for this second game of the season matchup between the Shenango Wildcats and the Ellwood City Wolverines. Both teams coming in looking for their first win as the Wolverines fell to Laurel last week, 43-14, and Laurel lost to New Brighton by a score of 20-7.
Yep, and on your screen now, folks, are those updated standings. All non-section games last week. So all these games, the 1-0, the 0-1s, really don't matter too much towards the section. Mohawk Warriors, Western Beaver, Golden Beavers, New Brighton, all victorious, while Beaver Falls, Freedom, Ellwood, and Riverside lost. The only team that was off were the Union Scotties. They've got a good trip at Neshannock tonight, so everybody will be in action. This will be the last week or the second to last week of non-section games. We're just 2 weeks away for conference play.
Beautiful weather here tonight. I didn't check the temperature, Brad.
Yep.
But a nice crispness to the air. A lot nicer conditions than what we saw last week in the extreme heat. Going to be much more friendly to the players and coaches on the sidelines as well as the people in the stands.
Yeah, we're talking mid-70s for the next 2 or 3 days. Monday it's supposed to go back up in the 80s, but it's beautiful. Be careful about night, folks. It's supposed to get down in the 50s and late or early or high 40s. So some pretty nice weather during the day. And the nice thing, Thad, is we're not staring at the sun tonight.
No, we are not.
Oh, my. Wow. Oh, my.
I missed it.
Drum
That is
Major
awesome.
did a flip.
There
He
we
ran
go.
out and that high step
front
then
flip.
front flipped it.
A la Penn State.
All
Nittany
of Penn
Lions.
State. Wow.
So the Route 65 series, Brad came up with that. He was up for 3 days trying to figure it out, and he realized that these schools were 7.8 miles apart, and about 6 of them miles are Route 65. So the Route 65 series historically I could not believe this when you sent this to me yesterday, Brad. These teams have only played 4 times.
How about that?
4 times. First time in 1979, then again in 1980, and then they're in 2018 and 2019. Shenango leads the series 3-1. The most recently, Ellwood City lost big to them, 49-14 back in 2019.
Yeah, folks, if you recall, we're going to do a little bit of a trip. You're back to 2018 when the Wolverines won. That's when Ricky Petrelli, I believe that game he had, if it wasn't 3, he had like 4 touchdowns, a 42-14 victory, and that almost kept the Ellwood fans faithful kind of in playoffs. Unfortunately, they lost the last couple games after that, but I remember that game.
But
great game here at Shenango.
Was Coach Max.
Yep.
So right now we're going to have the playing of our national anthem. There you have it, folks. The Star Spangled Banner brought to you by the Shenango High School Marching Band. Brad, in reflecting off that first week for both teams, I think they both went back to the drawing board and talked about we need to get some offense going. EC did achieve 162 yards of total offense last week, 106 via the rush, and 56 in the pass. Conversely, Shenango unable to get over that 100-yard mark as they finished the game with 99 yards, 66 rush, and 33 pass. Conversation with head coach Shenango, Jimmy Graham, that I had earlier today. Talked to him a little bit about last week's game and some of the things that they worked on. And unfortunately, they had an injury to one of their lead running backs, Nico DeSalvo.
Yep. That's quarterback.
Quarterback, I'm sorry. And he was out, so they were actually kind of piecing things together for the running backs there last week.
Yeah, it was number 6, and that was, I believe, Nicholas Lyons there, unfortunately.
Yes, Lyons, I'm sorry.
We actually were kind of doing some scouting there, and unfortunately, the first drive of the game against New Brighton went off the left side there and got tackled from behind, rolled up on his leg, and we do wish him the best recovery in that, and it's unfortunate for New Brighton, but it's going to be a running back by Shenango, recovery.
Yes, it is, and we'll see what Coach Graham pieces together tonight. Not a big squad on that
26-man roster.
26-man roster. And a couple of injuries already in there. But he was quick to point out that they need better quarterback play. They just need more yards of total offense. Got some turnovers last week, but unable to capitalize on them.
And that's our keys to the game tonight for both teams. Get back to the basics. The return game was good for Ellwood. Maybe that'll help them out. Get vertical. Let's get something going vertical. And the most important thing is you got to cut back on the turnovers. Both these teams not very on the good side, the plus side of turnovers in both of their games week 0.
Yeah, so talking about the turnovers, you can talk about quarterback Tyler Smiley getting his first start for the Wolverines. He's 7 for 22, 56 yards, and 0 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions that were quite costly and really turned that game around. If nothing else, it turned field advantage as well as time of possession. And here comes the Ellwood City Wolverines right here in front of us. Carrying that American flag is number 1, Dom Hogue tonight.
And then number 10 will be carrying the EC flag, that being Julian Frisk. Boom, 1 for 1. Write it down. I like you were talking to the parents. You went and said, just rename it, retype it, yep. Julian. You'll get
Julian,
it.
yes. Sometimes you just get those names that by the time they graduate as seniors, you get them right. So and Frisk is someone to talk about, Brad. He did carry the ball some there last week. As he came in, carrying the ball 9 times for 44 yards with a 4.9 average on the night. Richard Curtin had a couple carries. Tyler Smalley. Really, I talked to Tyler after the game. I saw him down there at Sheets. I said, man, you're kind of lucky you got out of there with just 1 or 2 sacks. He was under duress a lot of time in the night, getting limited there. Opportunity to go vertical down the field. Yes, I'm still old school. Why are you setting fireworks off at 7 o'clock at night in full sunlight? But it is all about the boom. So moments away here from kickoff as we do the Route 65 series here coming in play. I want to thank everybody who came out to the Pie Festival last night. The Ellwood City Blue Band and their boosters put that on, a nice fundraiser for them. A great community event, and we got to introduce all of our fall sports. And throughout the broadcast here tonight, we'll tell you how some of those fall sports are doing and what's coming up in the next week ahead for Ellwood City Sports. Don't forget, folks, if you're listening right now, you're obviously on our Ellwood City YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber, go up into that right corner and click on subscribe, and you will be alerted to all of Ellwood City Sports coming forward. And we certainly thank those from Shenango who have tuned in here tonight, who couldn't make it out to the game. Great night for football. Put on a light jacket and enjoy what I think is going to be a very competitive game.
Yeah, both these teams, like you said, Thad, are looking for their first win of the season, and both these teams are kind of almost in the same mentality. They need a win, and if you can get on a win and get back on the winning side of things, that may carry into section play. Both these teams, they got to get something going because, Ellwood City, after last year, you're trying to do something that hasn't been done since 1985 through 87. That is going back-to-back playoffs. And then for Shenango, just get back to playoffs. It's 1A football, and I tell you what we saw last week with Laurel, we know that also they got a good team there, and that South Side team could be a 1A section matchup
I think as we look around the WPIL, and Lawrence County Sportsnet is covering this game tonight, the Laurel Mohawk, a non-section game, but Mohawk kind of flexed their muscles last week against Neshannock, and coming right back, and Laurel's traveling to Mohawk tonight. No, that was at home. I don't know where it was. Anyway, if you're not there, you can check them out at our friends at Lawrence County Sportsnet. So Shenango had won the toss and have declined. So Ellwood City will start the game receiving the ball. Ceremony handshake going on here out there. Right now, the captain's out there, Declan O'Brien, Tyler Smiley, number 52, Vinnie Curie, and Mr. number 76, Tristan Reynolds. I apologize, we did not get the officials' names for us here tonight, but I'm sure they're up to do a great job. Wolverines special teams was kind of best of both worlds last week. Very good on a return game. I have a feeling they worked on punting quite a bit this week for the Wolverines. Kicking off for Shenango Wildcats is Caleb McConnell. We'll be talking about him. Pretty good boot on this young man, just a freshman, and we'll talk about him more a little bit later. But back to receive for the Wolverines is number 0, Daylon Curie, and number 1, Dom Hogue. Remember last week, Dom Hogue took her to the 4-yard line on a return. We'll see if Shenango elects to kick to him tonight, see if they watched our broadcast or not. Moments away from kickoff here. Week 2 just about underway, and here we go. McConnell driving kick, and out of the end zone it goes. You heard about his leg before we got here, and he proved it right there from the start. Taken out of the back of the end zone. No return for the Wolverines. They'll set up shop. First and 10. from the 20-yard line. Senior Tyler Smalley stepping out there, handling the quarterback duties. Eli Moore doing the center duties here tonight. Right tackle Tristan Reynolds. Vinny Curie on the right side. There's the pitch out there to number 23. Under pursuit, and he's going to struggle hard to get back to the line of scrimmage. And good grief, number 57 of the Jacob Kemmerer, the Ellwood faithful here. We're right amongst them tonight. Kind of wanting a late hit there, but he came in there with a house of fire to take out Richard Curitan. Really going to give him no gain. Going to give him about a yard on the play. Shenango defense was ready on that play. Everything going left. Tyler Smalley now. Curitan to his left. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Curitan Smalley back to pass. Under duress, tucks the ball, wants to run, jigs and jags, gets out of bounds, up past the 30-yard line. Making something out of nothing was Tyler Smalley, picking up about 12 yards there. Was able to kind of juke one of the Shenango defenders. That's going to be the first down for the Wolverines.
I'll just chime in real quick. The camera is a little blurry. As soon as we take an ad break, I'll be able to adjust that. But
okay.
Until then,
be patient, folks. Yep. There's Tyler Smalley, handoff to Curitan. Tackled quickly there by number 8, Anthony Farilla. Positive yards on the play. And quite frankly, if your coach, after last week, if you're Coach Bradley of the Wolverines and you get 5 yards on first down, you're going to take it just about every time. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 6, going to give 4 yards on that play. Sends Daylon in motion. Smalley, little counter play there. Up the middle he goes. Richard Curitan makes a man miss. Still on his feet. He's down to the 40. Going to bumble all the way down to the 32-yard line. What a run by Richard Curitan. Went from the 37 all the way down. Going to mark him at about the 32-yard line. Made some Shenango tacklers miss. And a nice pickup there of 26 yards for Richard Curitan on that 2nd down and 6 play. A little misdirection in the backfield there that time, Brad.
Yeah, and then it's nice to see him break right up through the middle. I mean, that hole was wide open.
Yes, it was. High formation, quick pass out there to number 9, quickly tackled. The catch was made by Colton Gullo. That's going to move the sticks again, Brad. Kind of the quick hitch there, and tackled by number 5, Caleb McConnell, the freshman out there. I think we're going to see as the season goes on, we're going to see Colton Gullo more in there making offensive plays. Now Smiley, sidecar Barbario, and Curitan to his right. Hands this time to Barbario, and met with some quick resistance there as big number 63, Gino Fiore, 6'2", 232 sophomore, gobbled him up pretty quick. He was able to get a couple yards. Well, we're going to give him a yard. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 as the Wolverines now find themselves in the red zone at the 18, I'm going to call it the 19-yard line. A nice drive put forth here by the Wolverines. Just got to finish it. Smiley with the keeper around the left side. That misdirection, something a little wrinkle we've not seen in the last year or so. Smiley gets up there, tackled by number 3, Landon Albertini. And really not going to give him much on that play, maybe 2 yards. Going to bring up a long 3rd and 7. Wolverines were not real efficient on 3rd and 4th downs last week. Let's see if they can improve on that this week.
So far, 7 plays, 63 yards, but they got to finish.
On the 3rd and 7. Design keeper
like
for Smiley. Up the middle. He's going to be close.
And I tell you what, that right there, that's kind of an international sign. We're going for it on 4th down. It's glorified 3rd down play. Get it close. You're going for it here.
Yep, it's going to be 4th and 3. Wolverines want to get something out of this drive. Well, we said we have 8 plays, and we've seen 3 different running backs carry the ball to this point. Lots of time on the play clock on this 4th and 3, ball to 12-yard line. Back to pass. We got a flag. Smiley throws it out there, finds Daylon Curie. He's going to have enough for the first down and just tried to tiptoe into the end zone, but he goes out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. But hold the phone, Mabel. We got a flag on the play. As the men in stripes are going to converse.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I don't have a good feeling about this.
No, it was right on the snap. It was right on the snap,
Yep.
So it's an international sign that it's against the offense.
Well, in that play, one of the running backs kind of went backwards, and maybe he got a little quick.
Illegal shift?
Yep. So that's going to take away that first down reception by Daylon Curie. So that 4th and 3 is now going to be a 4th and 8. Ball sitting on about the 16-yard line. Wolverines all spread out here now, Brad. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Smiley back to pass. Dropped by Dom Hogue. I don't know if he'd have got the first down anyway. Ball over on downs.
Yeah, such a good drive of 60-plus yards, and we talked about it last week. Ellwood was not really in sync last week, but there was 1 or 2 drives where they started moving the ball, especially in that 3rd quarter, and then they couldn't finish it off. Happens here as well.
So Shenango's going to set up shop at their own 17-yard line. And Nick DeSalvo will be taking the helm as center. DeSalvo stands there 6'2", 238, just a junior. And he's gobbled up in the backfield immediately. Jason William, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Yep.
And Jake Davis in there for the tackle. Met him really pretty much at the they're going to.
It's going to be a loss of 2.
Yeah, loss of 2.
Yeah. And I tell you what, there was lanes to the left and right, but the moment he got the ball to the line of scrimmage, boom, Drake was there.
Yep, kind of blew things up, did Drake Davis. Shenango center, Chad Christopher out over the ball. Hand off there, tries to zig-zag through. Drake Davis in there once again, gobbled up. Jason William for not much running room there either.
Looks like he gained maybe a yard. And we'll give him 2 back to the line of scrimmage at 17.
So we're going to call it 2nd down and a long 10 or short 11.
3rd down.
Third down, I beg your pardon. Looks like a nice crowd here from Ellwood City. Shenango side pretty full on this beautiful night for high school football. 7 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to move here. Oh, I know he did not want to do that, as head coach Jimmy Graham's going to have to take a timeout. The play clock was rolling quickly.
And Thad, we'll take a quick little timeout, see if we can fix the camera here. So we'll take a little break here in the early going. It's still scoreless.
Welcome back, folks. First drive here for the Shenango Wildcats. Wolverines come up empty as the Shenango defense held them inside the red zone. But Shenango 2 plays and have lost 1 yard to this point, so a big 3rd down and 11 from the 16-yard line. Declan O'Brien, jumped off sides. Got a little antsy there. He saw that pass to the quarterback and wanted to get in it quick.
Unfortunately, it's only 2 flags, but both of them against Ellwood have kind of been a little bit costly.
Well, they've come on 3rd down and 4th down.
Yeah.
So you take that 3rd and 11, now it's down to 3rd and 6 from the 21.
Makes it a little bit more manageable.
So this time spread them out. This Shenango 3 to the right, 1 to the left. As the ball rolls out to the right. Under pressure, makes him gobbled up and down. He's going to go at the 20-yard line. As Cameron Mills was in there with a host of his friends. Cameron finally, I'll credit him for finally bringing him down. As DeSalvo got that there. He had a quick second, and that pocket closed quickly. Dom Hogue back to receive. The Caleb McConnell punting from the 21-yard line. Almost got to that one. Nice punt, and it's going to take a Shenango bounce all the way down to the 30-yard line. So 49-yard punt by my math, Brad, but you can correct me, as Ellwood City will have nice field position starting from their own 30-yard line.
Yep, 49-yard punt. Good number there because no return down by, so that's a full 49. Whew. So far, Thad, I liked what Ellwood has done. You want to put points up on the board and be ahead early, but great turnaround defensively. 3 plays, and just got to cut back on the flags, that's all.
Yep. Dom Hogue to the left. Daylon to the right. Smiley hands off, and that time nowhere to run for number 23, Richard Curitan. Number 50 was there to stop him in his tracks. Connor Click. No gain on the play.
Yeah, Shenango kind of sniffed that one out. They kind of filled the box there, and just unfortunately nobody on that right side blocking-wise.
So Tyler Amicone checking into the game along with Dom DiNucci on this 2nd down and 10, 5:45 remaining here in this first quarter of play. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Hand off to Curitan, makes the first wave miss, and who's there to get him? Number 57 does get him down. The big guy, Jacob Kemmerer, as Curitan got through that initial line of scrimmage, and he was met with resistance. We have an injury on the field. The trainer quickly out to see who it is.
And that's Richard Curitan.
And that is Richard Curitan.
Yeah, he got rolled up on that one leg, and
he's an obvious discomfort out there.
In fact, we'll take a timeout here, folks, with the injury timeout here. 5:23 first quarter. We'll be back, folks.
Welcome back, folks, as they're tending to Richard Curitan down there. Was on the ground for a while, but kind of got up on his own power. And coming off the field with a little bit of assistance. So he'll get looked at here by the trainers. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Wolverines. Ball right there in about the 32-yard line, right in the center of the field.
Nice thing if you're a Wolverines fan, you got to see him come off on his own. So
yep.
A little stinger there, shall we say.
Yep.
All right, 3rd and 8.
On this 3rd and 8, 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Smiley back to pass. Wants to air it out, go deep. Got his man down there. There's a nice catch, by DeLon Curie all the way down into Shenango territory at the 46-yard line. Pickup of 22 on the 3rd down and 6. And a nice pass by Smiley right on the money. Curtin kind of found that seam back there and went right down the hash marks and able to bring that ball in.
And a little injury there for Shenango. He kind of limped off. Number 11, Michael Kessler. He's one of the farther safeties. He limped off and little injury as well.
Yes, 1st and 10, ball on the 46 for the Wolverines. Smiley wants to air it out again. Throws it down there, and somebody zigged when they should have zagged, and the ball falls incomplete. Closest person to the ball was Logan Bear of Shenango. So incomplete pass. Now it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
I like the offense so far. 13 plays, 92 yards. It took the Wolverines to get to halftime to hit that mark, so they're moving the ball.
And doing it via the run and the pass.
Yeah,
I didn't comment. Beautiful field here.
Yes.
A beautiful complex they have up here.
Joe.
Do a great job up here at Shenango. The track meets that are here, the fields, everything looks great. On this 2nd down and 10, man went in motion. There's a handoff up the middle. He goes and gobbled up there. That is number 10, Jillian Frisk.
Number 60 with the tackle.
Yep, that's John Adamo
with the tackle. A nice pickup of about, we're going to call it 5 on the play, or give them 6. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Wolverines 1 for 1 on this drive on 3rd downs. Remember, folks, in that first drive, they didn't get a 3rd down and didn't get the 4th down. The Shenango defense was able to hold them. Now on this 3rd and 5 from the 41. Smiley fakes the handoff. Black shirts all around him, throws it down there. Whoa, what a catch by DeLon Curie. Wow, in some coverage. DeLon jumps up there and gets it. Takes it all the way down to the 16-yard line. DeLon's on this drive had a catch of 22. And now this time from the 41 down to the 16. Didn't initially have it, but got it off the fingertips. Giving the Wolverines 1st and 10 in the red zone, now at the 16-yard line. About where they were last time. Let's see if they can finish this time. 2 tight end set. Oh, a little shuffle pass to Dom Ho, trying that left side. Bodies flying all over the place. He was just trying to wait for that hole and seemed to run up through, but black shirts all around.
Number 8 with the tackle.
Yep, Anthony Furlow.
So really, he ran about 40 yards to gain a half an inch. So 2nd and 10. Ball on a 16. Handoff to number 7. Up the middle he goes. Pushing Napao was number 7, Anthony Barbario, and gets it all the way down to about the 4-yard line.
Number 57 was in on that tackle.
Yep, number 57 being Jacob Kammer. So that'll be 1st and goal there, Thad, for the Wolverines.
From the 4-yard line. A nice drive for the Wolverines. It started on their own 30-yard line.
Yep, 8 plays, 66 yards, so almost like the first one all over again.
Just this time, can they finish? DeLon Curry far to the right, Dom Hogue to the left. Smiley wants to go up the middle and pushing the pow. No sign from the officials yet, and they're going to mark him about the 1-yard line.
That hole was wide open. And then
Closed quickly.
Yeah.
Closed quickly as Adamo was in there. He got off the bottom of the pow, but there was some other.
I think they're going to say officially, I believe, a 2.
So here we are at 2nd and goal from the 2. Smiley Hands off to Frisk, and he met quickly by big number 57. We call his name a lot on defense, and that's Jacob Kemmerer. As Frisk tried to go over that center and right tackle. So another third down for the Wolverines. They're 2 for 2 on this drive. See if they can finish it out here.
Colton Gullo's sub out here. So I wonder if we're going to go big boys up front here, maybe an extra lineman on the line. Just over a minute in this first quarter.
Wow, fast moving first quarter of play. Smiley in the shotgun on a third and from the 2. Looking, finds his man. Anthony Barbario with the touchdown. 2-yard reception as Smiley finds him. He went back to pass, got a little bit of time, and Barbario just coming out of that backfield finds his way into the end zone at the 101 mark. 70-yard drive for the Wolverines. They find the end zone on this one. Now coming in to kick is Aiden Huth. Dom Hogue will be holding. Waits the snap. And that kick is right down the middle. It's good. And with 1:01 remaining in this first quarter of play, the Wolverines find themselves in the lead 7-0. Welcome back, folks, as Ellwood City will be kicking off after that 70-yard. How many plays, Brad?
11 plays.
11-play drive. They'll be kicking off, and back to receive deep to receive the kick is Trayton Ross and number 5, freshman Caleb McConnell. Huth will be doing the kicking off for the Wolverines. Here's the run-up and the kick. High kick taken there at about the 15-yard line by number 22. Up to the middle he goes, found a nice hole, and gets a nice return all the way out to the 40-yard line. That was Trayton Ross with the
number 8. I saw it in there for the tackle as well.
Yep.
So as Cameron Mills get credit with that tackle, but a nice 25-yard return to set up Shenango. Just their second possession of the game with 55 seconds remaining in this first quarter of play.
Yeah.
Going to mark it at the 41.
20 plays for Ellwood, just 3 on offense for Shenango. Wow.
So DeSalvo in the shotgun. Hands off there to number 8, tries that right side. Falls his way forward, does Farilla.
Number 9 for the Wolverines coming off the bottom of the pile.
Colton Gullo getting his nose on the ball. So give him about 2 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. There's about 4 seconds difference between the play clock and they should be able to get this play off. As DeSalvo in a shotgun, sidecar to his right, 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Got some movement here. False start against Shenango. And just in case the officials didn't see it, one of the assistant coaches for Riverside, or from our side, Ellwood side, was able to get in there. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 13.
I don't think they're going to run a play
and
here.
They're not going to be able to get it off. So at the end of one quarter, coming to you from Glenn Pop Johnson Stadium. The Wolverines find themselves in the lead, 7-0. We'll be right back.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Frank Bonjavango Field here in Shenango. It's 7-0 Wolverines. Second quarter about ready to go underway. Ellwood, 20 plays, 138 total yardage. 4 plays for Shenango, 1 yard. And Thad, good balance, 76 rushing, 62 passing for Ellwood.
Nice catching by Daylon Curie there in that first quarter of play. 2nd and 13, ball on the 37-yard line. Shenango going left to right on your screen. Salvo back to pass. Dumps it out there to number 8. Makes a man miss. Got a face mask. Didn't call it. He's going to go get the ball down to about the 49-yard line. As Farrelly got that ball from DeSalvo, short pass, was able to pull his way forward. And I was wrong there. That was 2nd down. Now we're 3rd down. I gave him a down for the penalty. So now a 3rd and 2, much more manageable here for the Wildcats of Shenango.
Get the ball back, Ellwood!
Coming up to the line. DeSalvo in a shotgun, sidecar to his right. Gets the ball. Quick pass to number 3. Oh, he fumbled the ball. They're going to give him a catch.
Ellwood recovering.
Ellwood recovers it.
And that is, I
Declan
believe,
O'Brien, I do believe.
Yep.
Wow. As Albertini got the catch on the slant pass, took a couple steps. Who put the initial lick on him? I'm not sure, but ball on the turf.
Wow.
And senior Declan O'Brien jumped on that ball and says, I'll take that, and falls on it. Ellwood City ball at the 47-yard line. I tell you what, when Albertini got the ball, I thought he had a head of steam and was going to be off to the races. But unable to hold on to the ball. Officials want to stop here. And number 72 of the Wolverines.
And this is an emphasis this year. It's about the uniforms. They are cracking down on any jewelry, anything on the uniform.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he was wearing some jewelry or something. Anything that doesn't
He
match.
has blood or something on his.
Oh, if it's
Okay.
blood too. Blood will do it too.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
been that way forever.
Yep.
So Craig Patterson now comes in. Yeah, they're down here working in front of him. Brad, he's got a little cut on his finger.
And they're going to reset the play clock here.
Yes.
There we go.
So a quick handoff there.
Oof.
And nowhere to run and
No.
nowhere to hide.
Curitan's back in there, so that's nice to see for Ellwood.
Yes, it is.
I think that was Barbario.
Yes, it was Barbario with the carry. Tried that quick handoff. Okay, good to see Eli Moore finds his way back in. Got bandaged up. No dirt and duct tape on a turf field, so they just threw a little duct tape on there, and he's ready to go. So now Smiley on the 2nd and 10. Takes the handoff. Wants to go deep to Dom Hogue in the coverage. There's a flag coming in. And Michael Kessler was there in coverage. And tough call, but he impeded Dom Hogue from able to get to that ball. The officials are going to talk about it. think this is going to be 15 yards in favor of Ellwood City.
So it should be the 38.
Yep, that's where he got it at.
And that's an automatic first down.
Yes, it is.
And we talked about it, Thad, in the first quarter. 2 penalties against Ellwood. Now Shenango on the board with penalties.
My, how the turntables have turned here with the penalties. That 15-yarder sets up Wolverine in Shenango territory. Smiley, same play, wants to go down, airs it out there to Dom Hogue. Oh, should have been intercepted. Should have been intercepted. Caleb McConnell's going to be seeing that ball in his sleep tonight.
Another flag on the play.
Wait 1 second.
Oh, boy.
It was all the way. There's 2 flags actually out there.
It's starting to get a little chippy.
So on that 1st and 10, Smiley tried to air it out for Dom Hogue. We have 2 penalties, one at about the line of scrimmage and one downfield a bit.
I wonder if it's going to be offsetting.
Almost a. We'll wait to see what the official, he's facing away from us. Yeah, dead ball, personal, no.
Yeah, two illegal blocks or personal fouls.
Personal fouls.
Yep.
So
they're going to offset.
So I guess we'll just play that play again.
Yeah. Well then. Well, we said one team had penalties, the other team had penalties. Why not both?
Yeah. We'll balance things out. So let's do this again. 1st and 10, ball on the 37-yard line. Smiley in the shotgun. Hands off to Richard Curitan, round that left side, finds a little seam, rolls his way all the way down to the 30-yard line. But never guess what happened, Brad.
Yeah.
There's another flag.
And it's going to be a block in the back. This one's going to come back against Ellwood, unfortunately.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, my goodness.
Had a nice gain on that play for Richard Curitan. And I tell you what, really glad to see him back out there.
Yes.
You don't want to speculate when you see something happen. And I wasn't certainly going to say it on the air, but the way he kind of held that knee, you just kind of held your breath a little bit. But apparently, like you said, just that little stinger, Brad. So that was blocking the back. So that's going to knock it back to the 47-yard line. And going to bring up a 1st and 20 for the Wolverines. So now Wolverines come out of the huddle. Smiley in a shotgun. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. And there appeared to be some confusion leading up to that play with the players they had out on the field. And Shenango's going to have to burn their second timeout.
And that'll give us some time here to talk about some Ellwood City sports throughout the week. A lot of action. You got to see a couple different things. The Pie Festival on Thursday night, got to see all the teams. It was I think it was like 278 individuals in fall sports there across the board for Ellwood. Girls tennis was in action. Unfortunately, they dropped both of their contests. It's a good Beaver and Blackhawk team there. Next week they got Lincoln Park.
But you need to say this about the girls tennis team. They've already matched their team wins.
Girls golf, yeah.
Girls golf. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Yep. And
I'll
girls golf is sitting there at 4 and 5. You've got a little bit of everything going on, and then once again, boys golf just cruising 9 and 1, and head coach Sam Berry there with 201 now officially in his winning career. 22 years of coaching.
So after the timeout that had to be taken by Shenango, they have 1 remaining in the half, 10-16 remaining here in the second. The first quarter went so fast, the second one is. So the Wolverines on Shenango 47 on a 1st and 20. Back to pass to Smiley. He's got time. Surveys, looks, and throws over the head of DeLong Curie. Ball falls incomplete. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 20. Don't forget at halftime, folks, we'll have the playing of the Lincoln High School Blue Band as well as the Shenango Wildcats Band. And Brad will be working feverishly to get all the out-of-town scores and halftime stats to that point. 2 to the right, 1 to the left 4-down lineman for Shenango. There's a quick handoff to Richard Curitan. Got about 5 yards before he got hit, but number 57 was there to wrap him up quickly. Kemmerer. I've been impressed with this Jason Kemmerer for Shenango, Brad.
Yep.
Number 57. He stands there at 6'0", 258.
Whew.
He plays bigger than that out there, and really saying his name a lot. Coming up from that linebacker position.
Out-of-town score update. Mohawk up on Laurel 6-0. New Brighton up on Summit Academy 14-8.
All these games here. There's no section games at all this week, I don't believe, in Whippeal.
Yeah, next week there's a couple 6A, I think 5A as well.
Yeah, I saw that too. They get them rolling for the big crowds. 9 seconds remaining on shot on the play clock. Throws it out there, and they're gonna.
So they're assuming they're saying incomplete.
No, they get.
He
Yeah,
got
that was
back
back
to
to
the
line
original
of scrimmage, so I don't.
Well,
I'm not going to give it an incomplete pass.
Well, it has to
but
be
that
'cause the
was
clock's-
4th down. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't quite realize.
No, that was 3rd down.
No,
Okay, that's what I thought.
This
Nope.
is 4th down.
Nope. They're going the other way, Brad.
Okay.
You had offsetting penalty.
yeah.
Yep. I apologize, folks. I missed that. That was a 4th down and a whole bunch, and they didn't get anything out of it. Everything spread out. There's a shuffle pass, number 20. Oh, what a play. Wow. As number 19 for the Wolverines stayed right where he
39.
39.
Yep.
Declan O'Brien.
Declan O'Brien.
On that defensive end position, they tried that shuffle pass, shuttle pass, whatever you want to call it, on kind of a jet sweep. And I think an assignment got blocked or something there. As Declan O'Brien was there to wrap him up. Loss on the play of 5. Going to bring up a 2nd and 15. DeSalvo in the shotgun. Fakes it, wants to run. Oh, pocket closed quickly. Tristan Reynolds was there, and big P.J. Du Bois was there to clean it up, limiting that gain to just about back to the line of scrimmage.
Actually, that's going to go down as a loss. That's going to be a sack of
Is
a
it?
1 yard. Yeah.
Okay. So now a 3rd and 16 as senior Drake Davis and senior P.J. Du Bois were not fooled. I thought that was 3rd down back there.
We have to go back. I may have made a mistake. That was 3rd down for me on my screen.
But either way,
Yep.
3rd down here. DeSalvo rolling out to his right. Wants to throw it out there. Finds his man, number 22. And a good tackle by Richard Curitan on number 22, Trayton Ross. There's a flag in the backfield.
Oh, boy. Hopefully this wasn't late. I'm hoping this is not roughing the passer.
Well, it's a little bit too far back there. He wasn't really throwing from there.
Right.
Holding against Shenango.
If you're Ellwood, you decline this.
Yes, you do, because it's 4th down and...
What, about 9?
Yep, he did pick up 7 on the play.
You could say go back 10.
I think they're going to march him back 10.
Okay.
Coach Dan Bradley. But
Okay.
Coach Bradley, you're going to go 10 from the original line
39.
of scrimmage.
The 29, and it becomes quickly a 3rd down and 26.
Yeah, so now that you
I'm
think
okay
about
with
it,
that.
it's not that holding call was going from the line of scrimmage, that
Right.
rule they made last year. So it makes it a 3rd.
And it's about field position, and this, you get a 5-6 yards, that could be 10 yards on the kick return no matter what. I don't mind this one at all.
I'll tell you in 2 plays if it was a good idea or not. So 3rd down and a bunch. Probably about 26.
26 on the board.
Oh. Well, they were a little slow. They just put it up as I said it. We're on the same wavelength.
I'm just saying you're right.
Thank you for confirmation. 3rd and 26. DeSalvo fakes the handoff. There's a slant again. Oh, my. Just out of the outstretched arms of Albertini. And it almost gifted into the hands of Dom DiNucci.
Oh.
So there's your 4th down, Brad.
Yep. There you go.
And they're going to be punting from their 29.
I guess, like we said last year, in Dan Bradley we trust. Smart
So,
move.
Caleb McConnell back to punt the ball. Dom Hogue back to receive. Here's the kick by McConnell. High spiraling kick. Going to be taken there by Dom at the 29. Up the sidelines. Tiptoes his way all the way out to the 48-yard line as number 50 was there to meet him. Connor Click. But a nice return for Dom Hogue. Almost getting the ball into Shenango territory.
Yeah, it's about a 20, maybe 20 on the dot here.
I think he took it about the 29, so.
Yep, 20-yard return. That's a big one.
You'll take that every day.
And then tack on the 10-yard penalty. That's pretty much 30-yard difference in a sense. So good stuff here for Ellwood.
Yes, it is. So 7-17. The last 5 minutes of this game took longer than the first quarter. Smiley. Hand off to Barbario, puts that head down, rolls his way forward into Shenango territory, down to the 44-yard line.
I believe that was number 55, Ethan.
57.
Okay, 57, Jacob Kammer on the tackle. And Thad, you said it. He matched his number, got 7 yards. That is big on first down. That is
Well, you
big.
saw it on the scoring drive. How
Yep.
many of them first downs did you see 4 to 6 yards?
Yep.
So we got 7, going to bring up a 2nd down and 3. Under center this time, Smiley. Quick handoff to Barbario, and Shenango was all ready for that. He had nowhere to go. Brought down quickly. Big number 55 in there to hit him quickly.
Ethan Iwanenko.
So really no gain on that play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Again, if you're Ellwood, you're thinking 2 down territory here. So kind of opens the playbook. You can run the ball, you can pass. Obviously, you prefer just to get the first down.
Right. So 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Smiley fakes the handoff, back to pass. Going to air it out, goes deep. And that ball's going to be intercepted by number 22 at the 10, 15-yard line. Rolling his way forward up to the 20-yard line. A late flag in the back toward the end zone. But number 22, Trayton Ross, got the interception. Brought down by Dom DiNucci
Yeah, it's
to
going to
limit
be
that return.
It's going to be after the change of possession. It's going to be a block in the back. So this is going to come back half the distance, but it's after the interception.
So as they're trying to sort this out, some of the officials are conversing.
And there's the half the distance. So block in the back. It will be a Shenango ball. It's kind of like a punt. Unfortunately, turned over for
Yeah,
the
but on
Wolverines.
a 3rd and 3,
Exactly.
I don't mind trying to air it out, but I really had 2 Shenango defenders back there with a better chance of catching the ball. So the call was block in the back after, as you said, Brad, the change of possession.
It's going to officially put it, I believe, at the
3-yard line.
3-yard line.
The 3-yard line. So Shenango from the shadows of their goalpost, handoff, try to go up the middle, nothing doing there. Farilla with the carry. And give Drake Davis credit with that tackle. Folks, we do apologize if your screen is a little blurry. We're going to try working on it more at halftime. Sometimes we find ourselves this close to the field. It gets a little bit tough to do the wide angle zoom. And then we really don't need you to get vertigo trying to watch it zoomed in, moving it to follow the ball. 2nd and 10, no gain on that play. DeSalvo hands off, and not much moving there.
Couple in there.
For
PJ.
number 4,
Tristan.
Jason William with the carry.
Tell you what, between those two, that's a lot of meat coming downfield at you.
Really, right now, Shenango's offense is not doing much. And quite frankly, Brad, if you look at stats,
Well,
you
11
would
plays.
not think this score would be 7-0. You feel
Right.
like Ellwood, and that gets a little bit scary. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
11
one busted play, and Shenango's in this.
11 plays, 19 yards on offense for Shenango.
That's about
right
a
now.
1.4 average. DeSalvo, there's a handoff. And quickly gobbled up there, gets it out to the 5-yard line.
Number
Was
8
Jason William.
with the tackle.
Cameron Mills in there from that linebacker's position making a tackle. So Shenango now, after the interception, is going to be punting from deep. Is Caleb McConnell in there to punt deep from in his end zone. Dom Hogue back to receive. Good snap. Gets the kick, high kick, taken there at the 40, at the 39. Tries to shake and bake, make some people miss. Nice coverage downfield. As number 11, 20, and 19 were there respectively. Michael Kessler, Dominic Damdo was there for Dom Hogue to get no return.
I'll tell you what, this is a big moment in this game. What is it,
3:41, 3 timeouts remaining. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Brad. I know right where you're going.
Yeah, this short field here, you never want to turn the ball over. That interception at least was in the deep red zone area, and now you get a short punt. If you're Shenango, you want to get it to halftime 7-0. If you're Ellwood, you can go up 2 scores here.
Get up 2 scores. Hockenberry checked in as a wide receiver. Dollar side puts Curtin on his left. Dollar fakes a screen, going to drop the ball and try to run. Knifes his way through, making something out of nothing. Late flag coming in as Ethan Iwaniko was there. He's going to talk about what the flag is. They're really not giving him much gain on the play.
I'm wondering if this is going to be a late hit.
Something late as they're marking it off to the 5 yards.
Face mask.
Oh, inadvertent face mask.
Yeah.
So the 5 yards after the play. So
it's not a first down.
no, something they say it's first and 3. That can't be right, can it?
So you replay first?
There's Curtin. It's not going to matter because he's going to get a first down. Oh, pinballs his way through. And a nice run there by Curtin. Going to get the first down and move the sticks. First wave thought they had him down. He spun his way through there. Did Richard Curtin. Iwaniko in there to slow him up to finally get him down. So 1st and 10 now. Ball on the 24-yard line. Remember that at the 3:20 mark. We want to revisit that some night this week. Smiley, hand off to Curtin, finds a seam, up the middle he goes, and a nice run there by Richard Curtin. He's going to be brought down by number 20, Dominic Dando, but not after a nice gain. First down, move the sticks, Wolverines, 2:49. Lots of time here for the Wolverines. Ball going to be on the 13-yard line. This is the third time the Wolverines have been in the red zone tonight. Hand off to Curtin, trying to knife his way through there. That time, Shenango had the holes plugged up. Having him by the ankles was 55 once again, Iwaniko. And he had some help up top to get him down, to limit that gain to 2. Here come the Wolverines on the 2nd down and 8. They can't get a first down. Ball's in the 11-yard line. Smiley hands it off there to Frisk. Tries to zig and zag. Got a little zag in there. Number 50 rode him down from behind. Connor Click. That's Julian Frisk picked up a couple. Gets the ball down to the 7-yard line. Going to be, what, about a 3rd and 4? I'm going to say 3rd and 5. As the cheerleaders are yelling, let's get a touchdown, put some points on the board. They need to do that here. Only up 7-0, 1:22 remaining. Smiley under center, handoff to Frisk. Oh, hit from the side hard. Went down, and who is it once again? Number 57, Jacob Kemmer. Been saying his name all night. 4th down for the Wolverines. Wolverines are 0 for 2 on 4th down tonight. And that's really going to hurt if you 2 times inside the 10-yard line. They need to convert this. 4th and 5, 54 seconds. They do have 3 timeouts.
Maybe see that tight end action where you kind of block, fake like you're blocking, and maybe right over the middle. I like this. This is going to be a timeout, I believe. I like this call if it's Ellwood. Take the time out. You don't carry them over. Take the timeout.
Yep. So they'll have 2 remaining. Don't forget, folks, stick around here at halftime. We'll have the bands. Hey, folks, don't forget about the Ellwood City Football Boosters Cash Bash. A fun night planned for you. That is Saturday, September 27th. Doors open at 6. Prizes start at 7 at the Sons of Italy there on Main Street. $30 tickets. That does include food. There's going to be some food there with that. They're going to have gift baskets. They're going to have 50-50 tickets. Top prize is $4,000 if you're there. If you can't make it, remember, folks, you still have the opportunity to win $3,000. So September 27th, Cash Bash. See Georgia Moore for tickets. Al's Corner down there got tickets. And find any football player, a booster, and they'll get you tickets for a wonderful, fun evening and a great fundraiser for the boys in blue. 4th and 4, ball on the 7-yard line. Smiley, shotgun, back to pass, surveys, throws it all the way out there, and one touchdown! A catch by Daylon Curie. And that was just a young man that played a lot of football. He got that body right where he needed to have it and shielded the defender from getting it, got up there, put his mitts on it, making a score 13-0, 37.9 seconds remaining.
Big.
That was really huge, Brad.
Yes.
Go ahead. You're going to say what you're saying, what I'm thinking.
All the momentum now for sure, and you add to it, a 2-score lead feels better than obviously just one.
You get down there 3 times in the red zone, 4 times in the red zone, you got to score. Here's Aiden Huth with the extra point attempt, and it is...
It's good.
Count it. It's good. 14-0 in favor of the Wolverines. 37.9 seconds remaining in this half.
Wow, Thad. 7 plays, obviously 40 yards. That short field set up by the interception returned, and in that block in the back, penalties setting Shenango back to their own end zone. And then a good defensive stand. Get the ball back, finish it off. Hey, we'll take it on 3rd down. We'll take it on 4th down. Nice pass by Tyler Smiley. And I tell you what,
yes,
what a game he's got so far
going.
He's
played a really good game. Interception, but
nice way to bounce
saying that
back.
about Daylon Curie. I talked about him being a senior. That is his 8th touchdown now in his career, and he was 3rd on all-time receptions list. He's got like 66 now. Got a few more to go to get to number 2. I think we're going to see that here at about week 4 or 5 at the pace he's going on right now. Okay, Wolverines will be kicking off. Aiden Huth will be there with the ball. Caleb McConnell back there deep. High spiraling kick taken there by number 22. Guts ahead of steam, but who plugged that hole up? They hit him hard and with authority. And that was Barbario there to take down number 22, Trayton Ross. Had a nice return going, but give Barbario credit for plugging up that lane and letting Shenango take the ball now at the 36-yard line.
Thad, we'll take a timeout at halftime real quick just to see if we can do anything with the camera before the band gets on the field. We're going to try our best here, folks. We do apologize. It's just one of those things, unfortunately, we can't control the angle that we're at.
So Shenango, just 19 yards of offense
22 officially.
22?
Yep.
22 yards of offense in this first half. DeSalvo's handoff there to number 4,
I give credit to PJ,
Jason
actually.
William.
I think PJ tripped him up a little bit.
Yep.
And 76 finished it up.
There you go. Tristan Reynolds as well. That's a good combination.
Yes, it is. About 15 seconds remaining here.
I think if you're
And
Shenango, you may just lick your wounds and go to halftime. Again, you don't even have 50 yards, but the score is only 14-0.
Yeah, I mean, if
within reach.
The only negative thing for the Wolverines right now is you would think the score should be bigger than it is, but you want to lead, and they got it. 14-0, folks, at the end of halftime here. Stick around. We're going to do some camera work to try to help with that, and we'll have the bands and out-of-town scores and stats. Stay right there, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lincoln High School Blue Band's Fright and Funky Show. Tonight we begin with the classic, our 1986 Broadway classic. Here is our rendition of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. ladies and gentlemen, the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. The Blue Band is under the co-direction of Peyton Monter and Lyle Fox. Director is Mr. Como and Justin Miller. Choreography by Tyler Baking Westfall. Percussion by Simon Brzezinski. Logistics coordinator, Mr. Janelle Brzezinski. And will be the voice of the Blue Band. Thank you for supporting music education in our schools. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Band follows.
Drake's just like a machine. I want you over here. Boom, there he goes. They ain't trying to slow him down.
See if we can get Huckleberry for a touchdown.
Good, I guess she's here. I've seen her run the last week and a half all summer. I forgot this. I did. No, she's not done the money thing yet because I know what's in her account. She doesn't need to ask me. But no, she's.
Girls made it. He's looking better than they were.
So yeah, she's played the She's going for Jay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We open our show this evening with a classic rock anthem from 1976, known for its powerful guitar solos and uplifting message about perseverance. It became one of the most recognizable songs that survived and was even named to top 10 guitar riffs by Rolling Stone magazine. You ready for a high-energy performance of this Kansas classic? Carry On, Wayward Son. Next, we're diving into the world of the Rolling Stones with a track that mixes rock with unique Indian instrumentation. Released in 1966, this haunting song struck a chord with fans worldwide. We feature our dance line and featurettes now to the power of Paint It Black.
Oh shit. No, that's okay. I'm going to my back pocket. Thank you. You're welcome. I have the little bone. I know what you're doing. I like switcher and Steph's
We now close our show this evening with a song released in 2009 by the Christian rock band Skillet. With its hard rock sound and explosive lyrics, this one's sure to get your adrenaline pumping. Here is Monster.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Glenn Pop Johnston Stadium. Halftime score, Ellwood City Wolverines up 14-0 on the Wildcats. The home team hosting Ellwood City tonight. And everything so far looking pretty good for Ellwood City, including stats across the board. Something that we didn't see last week.
Stop going there, Brad.
And I tell you what, big improvement, Dakota, across the board. Passing attack is there. It's great balance offense running the ball at the line of scrimmage. They have been winning it. That was actually one of our keys to the games. Back to the basics, running the ball and then passing out of it. The return game, well, we can even add to that the field possession game. And then getting vertical, and we've seen that. Daylon Curry and Dom Hogue and a little bit of Colton Golo and even Anthony Barberi out of the backfield, making some catches there and getting vertical, and that's why you're sitting here with a 14-0 lead for Ellwood City. On your screen now are the game stats. If I can find
Where your button is?
where my button is. There it is. Halftime stats, the score 14-0. Folks, wow. Look at that right column. Rushing yards for Ellwood, 112. And for Shenango, -1 yard rushing in that first half, 112 to -1. Passing-wise, Ellwood City 70, Shenango held to 24. So the total yards, 182 to 23 at halftime. If you're a Shenango Wildcat fan, you're kind of hopeful and thankful at the same time that it's just 14-0. Both teams with one turnover each. Penalties, 3 for 19 for Ellwood, 5 for 51. That's a big story as well for Shenango. Again, 182 to 23 in terms of total yards. Some individual stats. Richard Kierton so far, 9 carries, 61 yards, and it's great to see him back on the field. He probably will get more of the rock, averaging 6.8 yards per carry as a team. Ellwood, 23 carries for 112, averaging 4.9 yards per carry. So far, Jason William leading the team for the Wildcats, 5 carries, 4 yards, but a couple sacks there and some negative yards by Trayton Ross and Nico DeSalvo. Again, 10 carries for -1 for the Wildcats. Tyler Smiley, 6 for 11, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception, 70 yards, and along the 25, and a big one on 4th down to take the 2-score lead. Again, folks, have a day. Tyler Smiley, yes, the wide receivers have been doing their job, but he has been working it very simple, keeping it right on the numbers. And the 1 interception, well, it actually indirectly, in turn, went to a score for Ellwood. Passing-wise for Nico DeSalvo, 2 for 3, only 3 pass attempts. If you count it up, 13 plays in that first half for Shenango. 2 for 3 for 24 yards along of 16. So there you go, folks. And receiving-wise, Daylon Curry, the lone standout, 3 catches, 55 yards for a total of and 1 touchdown in the game. Some out-of-town score updates here. Woo! We got a barn burner happening at Beaver Falls. Amani Christian, last time checked, 24-0 up on the Tigers. A good one for Lawrence County Sports Network this time at Laurel. Folks, if there's any idea of how good Laurel is, it's halftime, 16-6. Laurel up on the Mohawk Warriors.
Wow.
I think it's time to say the real deal. Top 3 team maybe in 1A. Laurel looking pretty good. Wow. Reality sometimes comes around and hits you in the face real fast. Newcastle down at halftime, 17-6. I guess Hopewell. I guess the Vikings. We know who they are. I guess
They
now.
are who we thought they were.
17-6.5. Not sure of the score 100%, but I'm going by scoreboard. If you're watching on Huddle Fan, Northgate has their broadcast. The top line is chopped, so I can't see who it is. Usually the home team is on the right or the left. Not sure. It's 10-12, either Riverside or 10-12 Northgate. Halftime, Rochester Freedom. If you like defense, it's 0-0 at halftime. Freedom in Rochester. Whew, big one at Western Beaver. They're starting off underneath the lights tonight. They got a good one. That Southside 1A team, I tell you what, it could be Southside and Laurel for that 1A section. 20-20 at halftime, Western Beaver and Southside. Summit Academy and New Brighton tied at halftime, 14 apiece. And Neshannock all over Union at before halftime, 20-0. And I tell you what, some crazy out-of-town scores across the board. Some pretty neat stuff, but wow, that Hopewell team, I guess they are for real.
I guess so. So as we stand here, just about 2 minutes away, that's what it says on the clock. We'll see if they wait that long for the start of this second half of play. And I think if you're the Ellwood City coaches, you're pretty happy with how you went there in that first half. You saw some things that Tyler Smiley, we had some time, was able to get the ball down to receiver that we've got to watch mature right in front of our face here
Yeah.
in DeLon Curie. I was out there, had to run down the concession stand quick before we got in here, and a lot of people were really talking about that touchdown catch by DeLon and how it was kind of a jump ball. But I think when we go back and look at that, Brad, how he was able to turn his body
Yes.
and get it
Contort.
to where he was the only person that was going to get his hands on it. And we talk about the catch. We need to talk about the throw that
Yep.
Tyler Smalley threw
And-
as him as well.
And we'll give a little plug. We'll let Lawrence County Sports Network maybe play of the week there, possibly.
before we go
opportunity.
on this game.
And Thad, before you continue, folks, just knowing that we worked with the camera a little bit, we got it worked out a little bit. I stepped outside. I was just wondering, the lighting is dark here at the field, so that's part of the issue. It's not as bright at home, so we do apologize. We're doing the best, and right now we're okay. So
I think
there
you're kind of caught in that twilight. Not the movie, but if the sky was darker, it'd be a lot brighter in here under the lights. And I'm going to say it again, Shenango. This is only the 5th time we've ever played Shenango. That's going back to the first game being in 1979. But up here, they host a lot of track events up here. I think the MAC is up
the
here.
MAC's up here.
The MAC's up here. They're not in our section for basketball, but the girls come up here the Christmas tournament, and they always do just a great job hosting a beautiful field, facility out front.
Yep. Shout out to the athletic director Jan Budai, making things happen here at Shenango. Good stuff.
Very nice job done, and pretty good track and cross country team they got here going at Shenango. So Wolverines, Shenango had won the toss to start the game, deferred, so they are going to get the ball here to start off this third quarter of play. Comfortable night. Hard to believe it's August. It's got more of that first week of October feel to it. So here's the run up and the kick by Huth. A little deeper this time. Drives the man back. Taking about the 18-yard line is number 22. Hole closes quickly. Barbario once again making it on the running back position, but on special teams, making it happen to his second big tackle of the night. And Drayton Ross is going to have Anthony Barbario thinking about that. The hits he's been getting. So, if you're Coach Graham, you're coming out, you go into halftime, you realize you have 22 total yards of offense on, 13 plays. That's about a 1.4 average.
And I guarantee that halftime, the whole story was no stats, it's 14-0.
Yes.
Buckle up,
yep.
folks.
And I agree. That's where this is a quick pass, tries it and gets it this time, and rolls his way forward. That was number 3 with the catch, Albertini, with Dom Hogue there to slow him down. We've not seen him try many pass plays. He did just 3. They've all been that slant route play. Remember, the Shenango roster just with 26 on it. There are some injuries, so maybe that's what's letting us see them throw that ball deep down the field. So pick up a 6 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. DeSalvo in the shotgun. Wants to keep it himself this time. Calls his own number. Puts his head down. Drives his way forward. Going to be just short of the line of game for a first down. Tristan Reynolds there to get up from the bottom of the pile. And that was normally Dom DiNucci in there. They're going to give him some love for getting in there. So a 3rd down play here. When you're an offense that just had 22 yards, wouldn't it be, you're thinking if you're Shenango, let's just get a first down.
Yep. Yeah, in fact, that would be their first down of the game.
Oof. I think they had 1 via penalty.
Yeah.
True, good to be technical. There's a run up the middle and forward progress by Jason William on the carry. Tyler Smiley was in there to slow him down. Needed 1, got about 1 1/4. So first down for Shenango. Ball on the 40-yard line. So here comes Shenango, 1st and 10, ball on the 40-yard line. DiNucci tries to reverse that time, and Declan O'Brien was not fooled as he brought him down in the backfield. Albertini, or no, that was Jason William on the carry, loses a yard. Who else was back there with O'Brien on that play?
Number 9, Colton Golo. So technically a loss of 2 on that play. Yeah, number 9 and 39.
So
What a
right
good
now,
combination.
defensively for the Wolverines, it's really right now they're running that 3-5, Wolverine, whatever they want to call it. But I'm just going to say it: Tristan Reynolds, P.J. DuBois, and Drake Davis being those down linemen right now are just stopping everything.
It's kind of forcing Shenango one-dimensional. They got to throw the ball, and here you go, 5 wide receivers.
Yes, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Well, the Wolverines blitz.
There's movement.
Some movement.
Yep.
And going to make that even worse. I kind of like what Shenango is trying to do there, a formation we've not seen out of them yet tonight. And I don't know if that was going to be one of them jet sweeps.
Yep.
Who was the coordinator for the Steelers that did
Let's
that?
not talk about
That was horrible.
Canada.
Oh, yes.
Canada.
I had a flashback. I'm sorry,
Not
folks.
you, Canada, as the country. Just Canada.
But he was at Pitt,
Well,
and so was Kenny
I
Pickett.
gotta say.
Anyway,
yeah.
enough.
I like the idea, and I agree with you, Thad. The way, if you're going to get hit right in the mouth up the middle, you spread out the defense.
Yep.
And unfortunately, you got to wait till the ball snapped.
Yep, so that 5-yard penalty is going to bring up a 2nd and 16.
That's their 6th penalty now. Oof.
And the penalties have impacted the scoring drives.
Yes.
Sanzo hands off around that left side, trying to get some movement rolling
Good tackle.
forward.
I think that
It was number 8 that time, Anthony Farilla. Got some positive yards on the play. Not even back to the original line of scrimmage. Ran a long way to get 2 yards.
Tristan Reynolds coming off the field there with a little bit of a gimp in his leg. He's going to be subbed by number 70. So Nick Condell's coming in. Just a little nick there.
2nd and 14. Yeah, he's kind of walking it off on the sidelines, is Tristan. Salvo going to keep it once they're up the middle and not fooled once again. Asking you shall receive. Drake Davis, P.J. DuBois was in there, and Cameron Mills coming up from that linebacker position. Right now, quite frankly, Shenango just has no running lanes at all. So now it's going to be 4th down and 13 as Caleb McConnell will be on to punt. Snap, drive, and kick. And gets out of bounds. Not a good punt like he had done earlier. So Wolverines are going to set up shop at the 40. I'm sorry, going to mark it at the 35-yard line.
So officially a 29-yard punt. And if you're Shenango, you got a 1st down, you feel pretty good. But after that, once again, the drive stalls and the Wolverine defense comes through.
And penalties always hurt.
Yes.
But when your offense is struggling and you have to make them sticks 5-10 yards further.
It seems like it amplifies it.
Yep. So Smiley now, Wolverines. There's a handoff to Curitan. Almost caught in the backfield, outruns everybody and fights hard. Get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Number 3 with the tackle.
Yep, I agree with you on that one. That one's Landon and Albertini.
So no gain on the play. Give Curitan credit for not getting a 6-yard loss on that play.
Yeah, that could have been in the backfield, and you just talked about it. It's almost like a penalty, basically. It sets you back yardage, and at least 2nd down and 10, you live to fight another down.
Tyler Amicone checks in along with Dom DiNucci. We've seen that package get changed some. We'll see Tyler on the short side left. Dom and Daylon out to the right. Smiley back to pass. Surveys got some time. Clock collapses. Going to run forward. Gets a block by the official. Tyler drops ahead, and he knew where that yardstick was because he got across it. He's going to get a 1st down. 10 yards on that play. Albertini was in there to knock him out of bounds, but not after. And 11-yard gain.
Yep. Good awareness by Tyler Smiley. A little juke and jive of the official.
We saw that a little bit last week out of Tyler when everybody gets spread out and that pocket awareness of him kind of gets him ahead. And if there's a lane to run, he's getting it done.
Difference is last week it was because he was
running for his life. Now Smiley back, wants to go deep. Pulls it down this time. Got ridden up from behind, going to fall forward as number 50 was there to stop him. Connor Click. Tyler getting 2. I think he wanted to do like the quick, deep pass out there to whether it be Daylon or Dom Hogue. They were covered. We've not seen Tyler come out of the pocket very much. It's kind of like just stay home, and if it's not there, run forward. 2nd and 8. Ball on a 47-yard line. There's a handoff. Moving the pile forward. Cureton on the carry. 55 and 57 there to slow him down. Iwanico, number 55, and Jacob Kemmerer. So ball gets into Shenango territory right there at the 47-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Wolverines leading 14-0 here over halfway through the 3rd quarter. Oh, the keeper, the fake by Smiley, and he's going to be right there. Smiley rolled forward. Kemmerer with the tackle, and they're going to wave him forward. It's a first down.
All right. Ellwood City now 12 first downs, earning that one the hard way.
3rd down conversions have been much improved.
Oh, yeah.
Over last week. And Ellwood City will be hosting the Shenango here, right?
Yes.
Friday night at home. Smiley. There's a quick handoff this time. 57 brings him down as Frisk with the carry. Frisk, not big in size, but speedy.
Yes. He's got a nice little cutback that he can do.
Times if he can hit the hole, I think you're going to have a hard time catching him.
And I think if he gets out of that first tackle, look out.
Yes, that's what, yeah. So he picked up 3 on the play. Frisk is still in the backfield as Smiley goes under center. There's a handoff to Frisk, going to try the right side. This little spin move and taken down behind the line of scrimmage by big number 63, Gino Fiore, 6'2", 232 sophomore. He's still growing. So now going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. Not really a loss on the play, I guess. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
We're sitting here, Thad,
3.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, quick 3rd quarter, 3.5 minutes, and we're 60 plays into this game, 41 by Ellwood. Wow, that's 2/3. Quick math. So here you go, Thad, 3rd and 7.
There we go. Smiley in a shotgun.
Oh.
Encroachment.
Yep, make it now 3rd and 2.
A 3rd and 2.
Penalties.
And a couple times now, I'm not going to say kept this drive alive just yet, but it makes it a lot easier. A couple times these penalties by Shenango just been at the
100%.
Worst possible time.
And it always seems like when you're in a score that's 14-0, it just seems, again, that they are big.
Yeah, exactly. Those little mistakes get magnified. Look at that.
Hey.
Magnified. Big work.
Amplified, magnified.
Wow. 3rd and 2, ball on the 36.
We're going somewhere.
Yes, we are all spread out now as Smiley's in the shotgun. Hand off to Barbario, drops the head, rolls it forward, push the pow. We'll see where they mark the ball.
Going to be about a yard short from the looks of it.
Yep, it's going to be 4th down.
It's going to be 4th and inches.
Yeah.
Maybe about
And I think about the only reason they know that is because the ball's sitting right on the edge of the 35-yard line.
Right.
So on this 4th and 1, but it's a short one at that.
QB sneak. What?
We saw Tyler Smiley's brother, Chris Smiley, do that last year.
Give me the tush push. Barbario pushing behind. Nah. It should be an automatic.
Everybody's in tight. Smiley goes
There you go.
around the right side, and he's going to have the first down. Needed about 2 football lengths, and he got a yard.
There you go,
So
Philadelphia.
new set of downs.
No tush push there.
And right now the Wolverines are almost feeling like, I get the feeling it's like we get a first down, we're going to milk about 80 seconds off this
Yes.
clock. And the third down.
2 minutes remaining in the
Fast,
third quarter.
fast moving third quarter. I mean, like Mercy Roll wouldn't have been that fast.
Yeah. Honestly, this could be faster.
So on this 1st and 10, Smiley brings Dom Hogue in motion, shuffles it forward to him. Dom finds the seam, rolls it down to the 30-yard line. He was 1 step away from taking her a long way. Connor Click, number 50, in there for the tackle.
And I like it. Just to change up, it's a pass play technically. It more or less, it almost acts like a run play. Again, up the middle, to the right, to the left. Little jet sweep just to change it up.
So two side cars as Julian Frisk hands off there.
Nice
to
counter.
Curitan.
Oh.
But a nice tackle.
Man.
He saved some yards there, did number
Yes, he did.
57. Jacob Kemmerer.
That was
I
looking
think he's
pretty good.
Kemmerer, number 57.
Under a minute.
Senior, 6'0", 258. He might be one of them players that's going to be representing Shenango in the all-section kind of things.
I would
he's
say.
playing pretty good. 3rd and 4. Smiley, handoff to Frisk. Makes the man
Right
miss.
up
Up the middle he
middle.
goes, just like we thought he would. Gets her down to the 15-yard line. Stopped there by Caleb McConnell. When your safety's making a tackle on a running back, you know there was yards in between. What, picked up about 15 on that play?
11.
11, yep. They took him down.
So it'll be first down
25 seconds remaining
in the red zone.
as Curitan and Frisk are beside Smiley. Same play again this time. Frisk pinballed around, hit quickly but fell forward as number 57 makes a tackle. Kemmerer once again. And folks, that's going to wind down a fast moving third quarter. Score still 14-0 in favor of the Ellwood City Wolverines, but they're setting up shop in the red zone. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 11-yard line.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Shenango High School. We're about ready to start the 4th quarter. 14-0 lead for Ellwood City. So far in this game, Richard Curitan, 12 carries, 69 yards. Tyler Smiley, 9 carries, 40 yards. Again, 47 plays, 231. This drive alone, 13 plays, 54 yards. Wow.
So it's 2nd and 5 from the 11-yard line. Smiley back to pass.
Oh, he's
Looks,
got
surveys.
it.
Oh,
Oh, nope.
and he gets taken down, ridden down. He wanted to get that ball launched away, but number 50, Connor Click, was there for the sack, taking down Smiley in the backfield. That ball went from the 11-yard line all the way back to the 17.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
It's a loss of 6.
He was trying to find Dom Hogue there,
That
streaking
crossing
into the
pattern.
end zone,
Yep.
and just wasn't able to get the ball released.
Give credit to the coverage. That was more of a coverage sack, but at the same time,
Click did
Connor,
not give
yeah,
up.
Connor Click did not give up. Yep.
So 3rd and 11 what's the 5th time the Wolverines have been in the end zone?
Something like that.
2 wideouts left. One to the right, one goes in motion. Big time pressure, dumps it off to Barbario. Barbario going to get it down to about the 8-yard line. Ridden down there, that was a screen pass all the way as Kemmerer was there once again. Wow. Save him as Shenango was just right up there in Tyler Smiley. He just alertly dumped it over where he knew Barbario would be. So 4th and 1. Ball is on the 8-yard line.
Give me a halfback
So I think
pass.
we got a timeout taken by Ellwood City.
Again, I like that timeout. This is a big time. You can kind of go up 3 scores. No reason to rush it. Let's call and get our
I would
play
have
in.
waited 20 more seconds because you had 25 on the play, 28 on the play clock. That's the only thing when you're doing something like this. Hey, folks, a long, long time tradition here at Ellwood City. I mean, rumor has it they fed pepperoni puffs to JC and the boys at the Last Supper. That's how long they've been doing it. The Thursday night dinners that they do before each and every Friday night football game. Last night, pulled pork, mac and cheese. Sounds good, and we want to thank Jimbo Lawson, Corey Kolich, and Rick Curitan for supplying that meal. And when you sign up to feed them, you're feeding about, 60 people when you get all the coaches. And they got them all booked up this year. Family members going to do that. And, of course, that tradition, like I said, been going on a long time. And nice bonding moment for the team, coaches, and put it all together. And we're back live action here, 4th and 2.
Like
Smiley
this.
rolling around the right side. Can he get there?
For sure. Yep, that's a first down.
Yes, he does. On that keeper the whole time. He had blockers out in front. Shenango was closing quickly, but the official waves the first down marker on pass.
Yeah, he needed the 6, and he got the 5.
It's going to be 1st and goal for the Wolverines from the 5-yard line.
I want to give a shout-out to, and we were talking about Canada. I'm going to give a shout-out to my brother. He's watching up there in Canada.
There we go. There's a
There you
handoff to Curitan around. Gets a nice
Got the
block.
corner.
He had to block downfield, but coming out of nowhere to get Curitan.
I just hope
Number
Daylon's
3.
okay.
That's number 3. Albertini came from that linebacker position.
Yeah. Daylon got up. He's okay. He got rolled up on that back leg a little bit.
Yeah, he's in some discomfort, and Coach Bradley saw it too. Going to bring him off the field. He's running off the field. It's just more of a kind of some rolling on the back. So 2nd and goal. He did get down to the 1-yard line.
QB sneak.
Smiley.
Ooh, I like
Hands off
There
to.
you go.
That was Richard Curitan into the end zone for the touchdown at 9:39, making the score 20-0. Nice drive put on there by the Wolverines. Kept that time of possession clock rolling and converted some 3rd downs along the way. And get it into the end zone. Richard Curitan, 1-yard TD run. Aiden Huth now on for the extra point. Dom Hogue holding. Good snap. Kick is good. Mark the score, 21-0. 9:39 remaining. We'll be right back.
All right, folks, welcome back here. That drive, the scoring drive by the Wolverines, 21-0 now. 18 plays, 65 yards, 9 minutes, 54 seconds.
Wow. That's what you call playing with a lead.
Yes.
Here's Huth with run up and the kick. Drive, kick, taken there by number 5 at the 16-yard line. Is McConnell. Got a little bit of a seam. Goes around the side. He's going to be hit and taken down there at the 37-yard line.
I believe that was number 54, Craig
Yes,
Patterson.
sir.
This long
Senior.
snapper. Senior gets out there. The player a little slow at getting up over there. Looks like a cramp.
Yep.
So that was Caleb McConnell on that return. And Coach Jimmy Graham, when I was talking to him today, I said, you know, what young players you got coming up you're really looking at? And he went right to Caleb McConnell. He kicked a 57-yard field goal practice. Freshman.
So official
And-
timeout for that cramp.
So he said, Caleb, just a freshman, wanting to get the ball in his hands more as he matures. But I believe that is him on the ground right now, and it's pretty obvious to us it is a leg cramp. So as they're tending to McConnell. Don't forget, folks, check out our Facebook page, Ellwood City Wolverines, and Instagram and Twitter under Brad Windhorst to keep apprised to all of upcoming action here next week.
Well, talk about next week. Monday, we're off because of Labor Day.
That was actually number 50. That
50 was down?
Okay. Yeah, and that would.
Okay. Click.
Yep. Yeah, Connor clicked there. Big action next week. Tuesday, a lot of things happening. Boys varsity golf, girls varsity tennis, boys varsity soccer. We'll be covering the soccer game. Volleyball next week. All games are on the road at Riverside and Shenango on Thursday. We got more girls varsity golf, and then football next week, Friday night, back at Helling Stadium.
So here's Shenango on the keeper. Sanzo spins out of a tackle and ridden down
boy,
there.
PJ.
PJ DuBois falls atop of him.
Actually, that was number 5, Caleb McConnell with the carry. Yeah, they may have switched quarterbacks
I
here.
think they may have.
Yes, they did.
As I just said, they were wanting to get the ball into Caleb's hands, and he is listed as the backup quarterback. I think if you're Coach Graham right now, it's like, let's just get something positive offensively out of this fourth quarter. 99 yards last week. You're less than 30.
34.
34,
officially.
okay.
Yeah.
So pre-snap whistles, never a good thing for the offense. On that 2nd down and 9. Nope. I misspoke. It's against the Wolverines. Little offsides there against Ellwood City. So that's going to make it now 2nd down and 4, ball on the 38-yard line. I don't think Shenango has run a play in Ellwood City territory
No,
tonight.
they have not. Closest they've gotten is either this drive or I think it was the 47.
Yeah, I was thinking of playing back in my mind, 47 or 48-yard line.
5 on the play clock. They got to look.
Yep, they're going to have to get up there and get moving. Sent a man in motion, and they did not.
Oh. You give
Wow.
it and you take it 5
Right.
yards.
Right. Boy, you had a manageable 2nd down and 4, and the delay of game is going to bring it up to a 2nd down and 9.
Shenango's 8th penalty of the game. Thad, I know you've been kind of keeping track of it. High school football on ESPN. One of their first games of the season, they had 10 penalties in the first quarter on each team.
Yes,
there was like
yeah.
40-some penalties in that game. Oh, I'm glad you kind of caught that because, my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing like doing that on a national stage.
Yeah, official got a little extra time there on screen.
So,
I like that. Get the ball. I like that.
on this 2nd and 9. Quick pass, and it is
What a
complete.
catch.
Threw it dart to number 3, Albertini. Not quite enough for the 1st down.
Tackle there by number 4, Dom Danucci.
No. I will tell anybody right now that knows Brad or has his phone number or anything, do not try to reach out to him tomorrow.
No,
because it's
for
like
sure.
college game day.
It is game
so
day.
I already know that I don't even need to watch. I'll be getting updates.
Better believe
and rants all day.
100%.
And don't poke the bear.
No
I'm
Appalachian
just telling
State.
you, do yourself a favor and don't poke the bear. 3rd and 4. Taken down the backfield,
Nice
the big
play.
guy. Drake Davis all over number 22, Drayton Ross. Loss on the play, and Drake Davis is really having a night. Going to bring up a 4th down, and we're going to call it 8.
Drake so far 5 tackles, but 2 of them for loss. Between him, Tristan, and PJ Dubois, a lot of things in the backfield tonight.
Well, and the thing is, a lot of times when you play them 3 big linemen, you're thinking you're going to plug up some holes to let the linebackers do their job. Tonight, yeah, the linebackers are there, but
defensive line.
on this 4th and 8, McConnell, a flag again. Oh, good grief. And now
false start.
Now it's going to be 4th and 13, and appears that maybe they're going to be punting.
Penalty number 9 for 71 yards. You got 34 yards of offense, 71 yards.
When you have twice as many penalty
Penalties.
yards as you do offense, you got to be glad the score is 21-0. Only 21-0. McConnell with the boot, high hang time. I think did it hit somebody?
Yeah, I would
jump
risk
on
it.
that if I was Ellwood. Well, I guess it didn't. It was right there in front of the official. A long boot all the way down to the 18-yard line.
That was real close to hitting.
Yeah.
Boot of 48 yards.
48. He had a 49er and a 48 so far. So the one
And the
bright spot.
one kickoff he did to start the game went out the back of the end zone. So Wolverines now leading 21-0, 6:26 remaining. They have, I believe, 2 timeouts remaining.
Yep. If you're telling everybody, yeah, keep your starters in there with 6 minutes left, but get some reps. Just be smart. Don't do anything stupid.
And it's good to see Daylon Carey back out there. There's a handoff to Frisk. Rolls his way forward. Stacked up there, but not after about a 7-8 yard gain.
Credit 57 with the tackle.
And say it again. Kemmerer, he's going to lead Shenango in tackles without even looking.
Yeah. He may be close to that 10 tackle mark already. In
Well-
fact, no, 15.
Wow. But think about how many offensive plays Ellwood has ran.
Yes,
So
53.
when you have a, what was that long drive? 19 plays? Or
18
or 18
for
plays?
65 yards.
Good grief. 2nd and 3 now. Tyler Smalley. Handoff to Barbario. Cuts up through the middle. Had a nice seam there. You're going to get it out to the 32-yard line. And I'd credit Nick Condell and Vinny Curie in there for kind of paving a lane for Barbario.
Once again, 57 was in
Yep.
that tackle. I don't think he was leading, but he was in there with it.
So 1st down for the Wolverines, 5.5 minutes remaining. There's a handoff. Going to follow his way forward to the 36-yard line, and that is Barbario.
And number 57.
He is in there.
Perilla
nonstop.
was in there too that time. Don't forget, folks, next week, 6:45, we'll be live on the air from Helling Stadium as the Wolverines will be taking on the Lancers of Neshannock. There's a handoff this time to Frisk. Weaves and waves through, gets it up just past the 40-yard line. Not quite enough for a 1st down, I don't believe. Going to bring up a 3rd and short.
55 that time with the tackle.
So Iwanika with the tackle. Another 3rd down. We'll have all the stats here at the end of the game, but in this 3rd and 2. With a high snap, rolls his way forward, makes a man miss. Hey, Julian Frisk gets the 1st down and a little bit more. brings the ball out to about the 47-yard line. Nice pickup on the play of about 7.
Number 5 on that tackle.
That being,
So McConnell in there with the tackle.
Yep.
He's had several coming up from that safety position. Sends a man in motion. There's Smiley. Hand off to Frisk. Dances his way through and hit hard from all directions. Falls his way forward. A hard-earned yard there for him. Number 50 gets up from the bottom of the pile. That's Connor Click. 3:48 remaining. So the clock's winding down. Wolverines commanding 21-0 lead here. Bunch of wide receivers out here now. 3 to the right, short side right, 1 to the left. Smiley in the shotgun. Hands it off there. Oh, hit hard in the backfield.
yeah, kind of went to the well a little too many times,
Was
maybe.
Curitan.
Number 57 leading that tackle.
Yeah.
So Kemmer once again, and he came forward with a head of steam. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Wolverines, just coming up on 3 minutes remaining in this game. Smiley waits the snap. He's back to pass. Meets some pressure. There's the catch by Dom Hogue, looking for a blocker and trying to dance his way around there. And he's going to be taken down right about back at the original line of scrimmage.
Number 20
Wrapped
with
up
that
there.
tackle.
Yes, by number 20, Dominic Dando. So the first punt of the evening is going to happen at the 2:30 mark. Daylon Curie is back to do the punting. It's the long snap. Good snap. Ooh, off the side of the foot. And falls onto the track. I think Daylon was open for some roughing the kicker as the man came around. Not much touch. So they're going to mark the ball out of bounds. Well, that punt netted 3 yards.
That's, yeah.
He was holding it up
If
for you.
there's
Okay, no, I was like kind of getting hard to believe.
if there's homework, and I know the coaches know it up above us, it's punting.
So the ball right at midfield. McConnell back to pass, throws it out there, gets it to number 22,
Nice,
down to
Barbario.
the 46-yard line. Barbario with the tackle on Trayton Ross. And this tells you everything you know about this game, Brad. 1:55 remaining, and it's the first time of the night Shenango finds themselves in Ellwood territory.
Now we'll see, because there is a flag on the
Oh,
field.
wait, I spoke too soon.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be against Ellwood. I wonder if it
Yes.
was a personal foul, roughing the passer.
Personal foul,
Yep.
roughing the passer.
Where did he make that catch at? Was it 45 range?
Yeah, 44.
Thank you.
Ball's at the 30.
So, yeah, it must have been the 45 because they marked off 15 yards. So, 1:55 remaining here. I think if you're the Wolverines defense right now, you're wanting that shutout.
No, don't jinx it. If it is a shutout, that'll be the first one of this series. Granted, only the 5th game.
Live 8 miles apart. So,
You're right. You're right.
So, I remember driving to Burgettstown for a game.
Oh,
Back to pass. Oh, got it blocked there. Number 9, Colton Gullo got his mid up there. Because he had an open receiver down there flanking that right side. And Colton quickly got in there to knock that ball down. Colton, a junior, made his presence known last year on special teams, worked his way on to starting this year. Playing some pretty good ball. 1:52 remaining on this 2nd and 10.
We've got some Monty Python going. Oh, boy. What a song from the band. With 1:52 left.
There we go. Breaking it all out here. McConnell, keeper, throws around, trying to make a man miss. Taken down. Drake Davis almost had him. Throws it out, and he throws it out of bounds.
That works.
He was out of the tackle box as McConnell was running for his life. Drake Davis had him in his mitts. I think Tristan Reynolds was in there too, causing some discomfort for Caleb McConnell. But he was able to get the ball out of bounds.
It may not be the result you wanted, but if there is any result, that could have been the best thing you could have had in that one.
Wow. Problem was it stopped the clock.
Yep. You're not wrong.
So
You're
now
not
3rd
wrong.
and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. There's McConnell in the shotgun. 2 wide outs to the right, 2 left. McConnell back to pass. Throws the screen out there to number 8. Makes a man miss. Going to fall his way forward to about the 25-yard line as Anthony Farilla got the catch from McConnell.
Barbario with the initial hit, and then Drake Davis to finish it up.
So that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5. Remember, McConnell does have that leg.
It's tough to say this, Thad, but the best drive of the night so far, 4 plays, 25 yards for Shenango. They doubled up their yardage.
So 1 minute, under a minute to remain here on this 4th and 5. Ball on the 25-yard line. Looks like Ellwood City's bringing the house. McConnell back to pass, wants to go deep, finds his man down there. It's going to be intercepted by Dom Hogue. He's got blockers. He's at the 30, coming back across the field, looking for a blindside block. That's going to come back. Son of a gun, you saw it coming. Daylon Carey hit number 4 blindside. And after the interception, 2 flags on the play, but nice interception and catch by Dom Hogue on the return. He caught the ball at the 4-yard line.
And another flag just was thrown.
I think that was putting the same one where it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just shifting it a little bit. I think it's going to be right around that 30-yard line. Well, no, I thought it was before that, so probably around the 20 or so, and then obviously 15 from there, or half the distance. Either way, Thad, Wolverines defense holds Shenango to less than 50 yards on the evening. What a great game from Wolverines defense.
For sure.
Less than 50 yards tonight.
Yep, Wolverines defense and just had the 1 turnover, but limiting them to less than 50 yards of total offense. Wow.
So they're going to say to the 35-yard line, and then
take it back to the 20.
Perfect.
I think we got the little victory formation going on.
Oh boy!
Fumbled his snap.
Weird one.
But as Daylon Curry was back there. So they are going to officially have to run one more play. And that's the final knee. As the Wolverines find themselves victorious, 21-0. Much different team that we saw last week, but coincidentally there was a different team on the other side of the ball as well. As Brad compiles the stats here, Wolverines find themselves winning this game 21-0. We'll have all the out-of-town scores and what's going on around the WPIL and particularly Lawrence County.
Yeah, what we'll do, Thad, is we'll take a quick little timeout here and then come back, do some quick hitter stats from this game, and then we'll wrap things up as we go. So stay with us, folks, here. Final score from Glen Pop Stadium, 21-0 in favor of the Wolverines. We'll take a timeout and come back with some final stats. All right, folks, welcome back into Glen Pop Stadium here. Final score in favor of the Wolverines, 21-0. Pitching the first shutout of the series. That means now Shenango holds the all-time record, 3-2. But we've been kind of playing that kind of like pinball back and forth. 2018 Ellwood won, 2019 Shenango, now back to Ellwood. They'll take home the Route 65, quote-unquote, victory on the evening. On your screen now, folks, are final scores here. Final score, 21-0. Rushing yards, wow, 188 to officially 0 for Shenango on the evening. 81 passing yards to 47, so total yards 269 to 47 on the evening. Shenango unfortunately held to under 50 yards. Last little interception there at the end, so 2 turnovers for Shenango, 1 for Ellwood. Penalties. Teams combined for 15 penalties and over 120 yards, 124 to be exact, between the two teams. Unfortunately for Shenango, 9 for 71 on the evening. A couple individual stats real quick. Richard Cureton, 15 carries for 74 and a touchdown. Jason Williams, 7 carries, 4 yards. Passing, Tyler Smiley, 9 for 14, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 81 yards. Nico DeSalvo, 5 for 6 for 42 yards. Caleb McConnell, 1 for 4 for 5 yards and an interception. Receiving for the Wolverines, Daylon Curry, 3 for 55. Anthony Ferrello, 2 for 21 for the Wildcats. Some kind of out-of-town score updates here, and then we'll wrap things up. Wilmington and Hubbard in a ball burner right there. Tie ball game, 14-14. That's Wilmington back-to-back tough weeks there. Folks, Laurel is for real. 30-6.
Wow.
Over Mohawk. That score at halftime was 16-6. 2 more touchdowns. 30-6. Laurel Spartans, maybe a top 3 ranked team by the end of the week. And another update, New Brighton looking to go 2-0.
Wow.
Looking pretty good against Summit Academy, 34-14. And our last update of the evening, Hopewell, my goodness, 31-6 over the Newcastle Hurricanes. Thad, take us on out.
So, great win here tonight, a much-needed win for the Wolverines after last week's game. I think Coach Dan Bradley is going to be pleased, but I think he's going to go and have some things to work on. The schedule does not get any easier as we'll be playing a very good Neshannock team at home next week, and we'll be on the air at 6:45, kickoff at 7. Folks, let's fill the stands up. But if you can't make it to the game, we will be here at Ellwood City Wolverines YouTube channel. Don't forget, folks, keep apprised to all of our social media accounts, Ellwood City Wolverines Facebook page, ecwolverines.com, where Brad will have all the updated scores and activities of the Ellwood City sports throughout the next week and the entire season. Guys, anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Again, volleyball on the road. Our next broadcast will be next Tuesday for soccer.
Yep, soccer. And don't forget about the Cash Bash for the football boosters. And with that, on behalf of Dakota Marshall and producer, the man that knows all, he's a national treasure, Mr. Brad Windhorse, and myself, Thad Sturgeon, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Good night, everybody.